So here we are. We finally have met for this conversation with Nicoletta, and I even don't know how to introduce her because we met in interesting circumstances. I just met her in some cafe in Bali, and she was asking me, maybe you want to go to the Matrix movie together, who will be commented by one man who has been a monk for 9 years. And I was like, okay, it's interesting. I had other plans, but this sounds interesting. And that's how we got together to watch this Matrix movie. I got many insights from it, and I actually got many insights from you, Nicoletta, as well, from how you are looking at life right now in this your phase of life. Uh, that's why I felt I want this conversation with you, because not many people has this kind of point of view, how you are looking at the world right now, how you're looking at money, at life, just at life. And one more thing that I want to mention, from this Matrix movie, I had these insights about the duality in life, that we always have this choice to make. How are we looking at life? And I saw this duality in these circumstances in Bali. I saw like many people have this same situation in their life, like money situation, work situation, like they are experiencing the same thing, but every person has different way how they look at this their situation. And I was like, wow, it's so incredible actually to just choose how actually I can choose how to look at some things. And I saw this duality that maybe one person is looking like that and one person that, and I was like in the middle and looking to all of that from the outside, and it was incredible how it all matched up with the Matrix movie. It gave me some,
Mm.
okay, I'm actually like wow, it's incredible how to look at life actually, not to be in sunk into the reality, but actually zoom out and look from different point of view. So maybe I will stop talking, and you can introduce yourself. Who are you? And what's going on, yeah, in your life right now?
Oh, thank you so much. My name is Nicoletta Csoka. I'm from Hungary and just moved to Bali a bit over 2 months ago. I came with a one-way ticket, and honestly, I had no plans and no expectations. I just kind of always knew that I wanted to travel, but not sort of in a backpacker way, but just to go somewhere and really experience life there. And what can I get out of myself? So I just came here with no plans, and I was like, okay, we'll see how it will go. I quit my job in July, at the end of July. So I had some time to prepare around the month, and I came here mid-September. So yeah, it's been 2 months, and wow, it really has been a journey. Like I am not the same person I was 2 months ago. First of all, I met incredible people absolutely randomly, like Christine here, like really you. It's like the way we met just randomly at this cafe. Like, and I just love that in Bali, people are so open, even the locals and the foreigners too. Like, you just go into a place and then someone just randomly starts talking to you, and you guys are talking for like 3 hours, and after that, oh wow, but anyway, what's your name? And I just love that. Just love that. So that's about it. I don't know if you have any question or what exactly do you want to go deeper in.
Yeah, I just wanted to introduce you. Who are you? Who actually you were before Bali, so that people have
Mhm. Okay.
some look at you. How was the life before Bali for you?
Okay, so before Bali, I I finished university in January, so like 10 months ago, yeah. I was really burnt out. I studied engineering, industrial design engineering, and I was doing a lot of stuff at uni, like volunteering work. And I spent sometimes around 35 hours per week on top of my studies doing this. And there came this point around the end of my third year where I just really, really burnt out. But I like kept going with my studies, with this volunteer work. I was also an intern at a company. I was a mechanical engineering intern, and I kept this job till like July this year. And I was just really trying to navigate life. You know, because you finish uni, you're supposed to get a job, you're supposed to move into an apartment or like rent
Supposed
something
to.
yeah, like supposed to like, start your life or to do something. And for me, it didn't feel right. I think it never felt right. I actually never had the plan to finish uni, to get an apartment, to start a job. It just, I think I kind of knew that it wasn't for me. So I think I was just trying to get out of this burnout state to really take some rest, really take care of my health. Because after I finished, I of course I was working, but I was still living in my dorm because I could take another semester plus to like just live there and basically go to work. It was cheap and also around a community that I knew and that I love. Uh, yeah, but still I had this feeling that I just have to go. And for a very long time, I know that it was about running. I just wanted to live. I just wanted to run. I just wanted my life to be different. And I had this moment in June where I actually looked at my life and I was like, wow, you know what? This is pretty nice. I mean, I kind of love my life. So, maybe I should stay. Maybe I should stay because it's pretty nice. And then came to this point where it's kind of what you mentioned, that I allowed myself to choose. So if I go, I won't go because of running, but because I want to grow and I want to expand who I am. I want to see what else is out there and I want to give myself the opportunity to explore. So that's what I did. And it was so last minute because I was just putting off like buying a plane ticket to searching a place where I'm gonna go. So I actually bought my plane ticket 2 weeks before I was coming. So it was at the beginning of September. I just knew that in September I'm gonna go somewhere. Like that's all I knew.
Oh, you didn't know that you will go exactly to Bali. It was,
No,
oh, okay.
no,
Okay.
no.
It
I
wasn't
just
like your
I
dream, long-term
no.
dream. No, okay.
Oh, my long term was Japan actually, because I wanted to go to uni there. So
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of my long term dream. I'm gonna go to Japan, and then in June it kind of changed because I attended a webinar, and I was really into personal growth in the past like 3 years. I always go to summits, even live or online. Like live, I've been in Dubai and Amsterdam, for example, and like here in Bali too. Like online space is just amazing. Like through Zoom, there are a lot of personal growth summits happening that you can join in, mostly free. And I was always doing courses and really working on myself, my health, my mindset, and I just love it. Like I'm obsessed with it. It's I don't even think it's a hobby. It's more like a lifestyle thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I attended this online summit. It was absolutely amazing, and they were having uh, a live summit too in Bali in September. in the mid September, exactly where I knew I was gonna leave. So I was like, okay,
Mm.
I'm coming to Bali. And I actually came for this event and it was only 3 days. And after that I was like, okay, well now I'm gonna have to do something. But like I just actually came for the event with a one-way ticket.
Wow. And then you just suddenly just stayed with no
Yeah,
plans further.
yeah. I actually really tried to follow my heart
Yeah.
and really try to keep attention of the opportunities that were around me and like really the things that were kind of predominant. So, for example, this event was happening in Sanur, and then everyone was just talking about Ubud, like Ubud this, Ubud that, Ubud. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Ubud.
And
Like,
you have no idea what is Ubuda about in
no,
that time. Okay.
no, I had no idea. I literally arrived at Ubud and I was like, oh my God, this is a city. Like it's just crazy. I was looking around from the car like this. It was
This is a dreamland.
it is. It
I
truly is. It
recently
truly is.
I listened one podcast and there was like this term La La Land.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually perfect for these kind of places, La La Land.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and you stay and you finally you just stayed in Ubud and what happens next?
Yeah. I kind of moved around in Ubud because I always just booked an accommodation for like a few days because I was always seeing if this works out or not. And when it did, I was just extended the booking. And in the meantime, I just really tried to, well, socialize, which is pretty easy in Ubud. And I feel like when you just get to know people, opportunities just arise by themselves.
You're
And
open to them.
you're really open, yes. And I think for me, these first 2 months were about really exploring what this space, what this environment can give me, and also what can I give back.
Mm.
So I attended a lot of meditation sessions, some yoga sessions, tea ceremonies, women circles, just and random concerts. And the vibe is just, it's really uplifting every time. And I feel like that you just meet the right person when you're open to it. This is how I ended up in a Vipassana retreat. Like I just randomly, this is actually a really crazy story in a way, because I went to a Reiki class. It was this free introductory course, and I met a woman there, and we just started talking, and then we started walking to this cafe, and we sat down and just start talking. We just were talking, and then there was a promo about a Vipassana session that was happening the day after. And she's like, "Oh my God, look, I've been wanting to do Vipassana for a very long time, but she just never got to it." And I was like, what is Vipassana?
Huh, you didn't know.
No, I had no idea.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, but I'm free, so I might go tomorrow. And it's so weird because I went and she actually didn't. She's been wanting to do it so long and she just never got to it, but she gave me the words to like, go.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed up and I met the teacher and the session was amazing. And then I attended another one and then I he said that he's gonna have a retreat. And I was like, okay, like, why not? So it was a 7 day silent retreat, and I kind of just went with the flow. I had this feeling that I have to be there, that I have to be there. And those who attended a silent retreat know that it's a real challenge, especially on like the first few days. You are really confused. You just really don't know what's happening. You're you're really frustrated and angry and you just you can't seem to be peace with yourself and with your mind. And after it starts shifting, so there's hope. And I think everyone should do at least one silent retreat in their lives because it's absolutely transforming. And after this retreat, I remember the last day I had this feeling that I just I just arrived in my body. And it was the first time in my life that I've just arrived in my body, that I wasn't all over the place, you know. I was just here, just present, and I had so much clarity. And I think for me that was a huge milestone, a huge stepping stone for this transformation. And also, ever since I've been here, I've been working with a spiritual mentor. She's been helping me, guiding through all of these sometimes very crazy experiences that I've been having. But in order to have these, you have to be very open and very non-judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are, you can actually see these little miracles happening in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so insane that you just realize that the only way you can go is forward.
So amazing to hear all the story, and I think the best part is you didn't expect any of it. Like you even didn't know that you will come to Bali, and I think
Oh,
that's the best approach how to just receive miracles in your life. Because if you have
yeah.
like planned, oh, I will go there, then will be this, then it's like you don't allow the place for miracles
Mm.
from the universe to come in. And yeah, and one more thing about the teacher of Vipassana, it was the same man that commented Matrix movie, and I just met him for one evening, and maybe I have like this feeling, maybe next time I will be here or I will hear about his retreat, maybe I need to also join it and see what it is. But yeah, it was interesting how all your story around him and how he helped you as well to change your perspective and how you also randomly got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how the life works. And yeah, and why this conversation is even happening because um, I just got in love with your point of view after this
You.
Vipassana retreat. Um, you said like everything changed after this Vipassana retreat, and we started to talk with you about your situation, about money, about your plans, and everything. And you said in that time, I think that later, sometime later, you said like I have 20 days when I have
Yeah.
money. Like I have 20 days with money, and I don't know what will happen next. And and when I ask you, like, how are you feeling about it? Are you nervous? Do you have anxiety or something? And like, no, I don't. Like, I feel calm. And that just like really just made me think about so many things in my own life and how I'm looking at life. So maybe you can elaborate about this. I think now you have even less days
Yeah.
with actually with money. So you can maybe tell about this situation and yeah, and how are your feelings about it? And one more thing, like in that same time, I was starting when I met you and when I heard this story about that you have these 20 days with money and you don't know what will be next and you're like surrender to everything that will happen. I was reading this book, like The Illusion of Money and Why Chasing Money is Stopping You from Receiving It, and by Kyle Cease. It's amazing, actually. I can recommend it. And he was exactly on the same point, that the money isn't the main goal for us. People think that they will work, they will get money, and this is how, like, most people brains are working, right? But yeah, I will touch on that. Maybe you can first tell your story. How's the how what's going on for you right now in this regarding money, life, work, and your situation? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think we talked about this about 2 weeks ago. I think that's when I
Maybe.
mentioned it, around that. Yeah, and that's about right, because right now I have money for like another week. Yeah, I have like a bit more than $150 to my name at this point. And actually still not worried, which is actually sometimes a weird feeling, like not being like nervous around it, especially that we grew up in a society that was very structured and very money centered. And then, as you mentioned, the harder you work, the more money you're gonna get. And I think part of the reason that I just really left this mindset behind, because I burned out very badly. And I feel like I'm very lucky, because this I experienced this burnout very early on. So I wasn't even like working like a real job. I was just at uni doing a lot of stuff, a lot of plus stuff that I chose to do. And
And let me
yeah.
mention that you are only 22 years old.
Oh
That
yeah.
is some interesting fact to also
Yeah, I am.
acknowledge. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so because I burnt out, I just had this feeling that I really don't want to live that kind of lifestyle anymore. Or like, I don't want my life to be around this hustle, this this rushing, this chasing, because it's freaking tiring, and it's just full of control. And honestly, I'm just tired of chasing, and tired of control, and tired of rushing. And in a way, I think it might be important for some people to experience this in order to so they could shift, because
Yeah, because let me
there's
also
yeah,
tell you that most of the world is living like this. They're
yeah,
chasing the money, and they can also live their whole life like that,
exactly.
because you just need money to live. And
Yeah.
money is the main goal for so many of us. And you are only 22 years old, and you already are getting deep with this topic, and actually that
Mm.
it's not the main thing what to chase, what to focus on. Yeah, so I'm just amazed.
Thank you.
Sorry
Thank
to
you so much.
disturb the
No, thank you. Thank you
story.
for the compliment. Yeah. Oh my God, where was I? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, yeah.
I lost my. So, anyways,
Yeah, just
when you have this burnout, you're just you're too tired to go forward, and to just ignore the things that are happening around you. And for me, burning out was really important, because I have this little story that I would like to share. It's about the first time I really experienced intuition and how it works. And I think this is a crucial point in the whole, well, money mindset thing, if we can call it that. And it really is connected with my burnout. So uh, it was 2 years ago, I was preparing for this very tough exam, and I was already really burnt out with all of the things I was doing. And I had this point where I can't, like, I just couldn't study anymore. I was really tired, and suddenly I had this feeling to go for a walk. And for me, that's weird. Like, I never have the feeling to go for a walk. But I was like, okay. I just started walking in the streets. At this point, I lived in Budapest. So, like, next to the river, just walking down, it's really beautiful. And I was just walking, walking, walking. And I had this feeling when I get to this garden. It's actually the garden of the castle. It's absolutely beautiful. If someone is there, it's a must see. And I was like, oh wow, I should really go in. But no, I had another path to like go, and I already had an idea where I want to go. But maybe the way back. So when I was in the way back, I still had this feeling that I have to go in. So I was like, okay, I was too tired to resist. And that's kind of the main point when you're too tired to resist. So I went in, and the important part of the story is that the whole way I was thinking about freedom and what freedom means to me. Because, I was studying, I was trying to do something with my life, but I felt really chained, like I chained myself to this situation. And I was thinking about what freedom means to me, and like how can I experience that, and when were the times that I felt freedom. And that was kind of the whole topic of my walk. And when I went into this garden, it was so beautiful. Like it was summer, the sun was shining. Like there were couples having picnics in the grass. There was a guy meditating. It was really amazing. And I saw this one spot in the grass that, okay, I have to sit there. I'm gonna sit there. And I sat down, and in an arm's length, I saw that was something shining in the grass. And I picked it up, and it was a coin. It was an American 5 cents. And when I turned it around, in italic letters, there was a word written on it, and it was liberty.
Oh, what a
And
stunning.
I was like, oh my God. And the main point of this story is that when you burn out, you get so tired that you just stop resisting, and you just go with this flow. And for me, that was this first huge realization that when I just follow this feeling, weird things start to happen, but in a very positive and very good way.
So this feeling, this intuition,
Yeah.
your inner voice that is saying something. That is how you mentioned. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Because yeah, usually we go in a life. We are doing our things that we have planned and everything, and we just don't take time to sit down and really like listen to ourselves. What our inner gut is telling us, or maybe just really meditate for 10 minutes just
Yeah.
to don't think anything. That's also a good thing to do. Yeah, and people are just running around, and they don't even feel themselves, then their bodies, their intuition, their anything, and they are like surprised why suddenly after a year they feel burned out or something because they haven't sit down and listened to their heart
Yeah.
and what they actually would need to do in the life. And yeah, because this little voice, this little intuition, and today I feel like I want to go to that cafe, or today I feel like I want to go to the beach. These little decisions, they are leading us to something bigger, to meet someone, or to there will be maybe there will happen something that is not in our minds at all, and that will lead to something else, and we can never know if we are not listening to that little voice. So yeah, it's really important. But yeah, okay, so you felt burnt out, and that happened 2 years ago, right?
Well, that was like the first part of it, and then it just really continued to.
Ah,
Like,
okay.
I had this experience, but I was still doing the same thing after that. And
Mm-hmm.
it took me another year to realize that, okay, I just can't do this anymore.
And thanks God you didn't have like some health issues or something. Usually people have that. That
Mm,
body is like just stop, just
mm,
stop for a while. Yeah. Okay. So and that led you to Bali and maybe to that Vipassana retreat
yeah.
somehow. And yeah, we touched on a topic that about that situation and so yeah, so how are you looking at it right now? Like about this that you have like not guaranteed anything right now. You don't know what will happen next. You have like maybe something planned, but you
Mhm.
don't know what will happen. So maybe you can describe how is your point of view about this your situation because people usually are stressed about money. That's the main thing. What is happening in their minds? What will happen after I don't have money? And you are looking at it a little bit differently. So maybe you can, yeah, just describe.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't think that anything is guaranteed, like at all. So you actually never know what's gonna happen. You may have a plan, you may think that that thing is going to work, you may expect things to work, but the truth is the future doesn't exist. So the only thing you have is this very moment right now. And I think when you really realize this, you're just gonna stop or not stop, but worry way less about the future because you know that there are always gonna be things that you can control. And the truth is that you never know what's going to happen. You might imagine something to happen, you might expect something to happen, but the truth is you never really know. And I think when you truly realize this, you're just gonna be like, okay, well, I'm gonna try. I of course I have desires. I want things to happen in a certain way, but I don't expect them to. Because when you do, I really love this saying. It's actually my Vipassana teacher says that, or I think maybe his teacher was the one who originally said it, that expectations are yogi poison. And I actually don't think it's only yogi poison. I think it's just poison because when you just expect something to happen, for example, this money situation, or you have a job and you get your salary every month. You expect to get your salary every month.
So you
And
have some kind of safety feeling, right?
yes,
Feel safe.
yes,
I
yes,
expect this
yeah,
money, right?
because you expect it to happen, to appear in your account every month. Because you have a contract with the company you're working for, or if you're a freelancer or an entrepreneur or something. But most people have a job and they're working for someone. You expect that salary to arrive in your account, but the truth is it doesn't necessarily will. You actually don't know if it will, but you think you know because you expect it. And for me, this was a really big shift in this whole, well, honestly, I don't even like to call it money mindset because yes, of course, it is a mindset, but for me, it's more about emotions and feelings. Because I think the bigger key element here is that your inner world reflects your outer world. So when you feel safe and peaceful around money, that's gonna reflect out in your like this reality.
So actually, you don't need to have money to have these feelings, right?
No, absolutely not.
And
It's
this
all
is
you.
also
It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is also what Kyle was saying. Like, imagine someone will like say, okay, you today you won in a lottery and you got 1 million. You just got 1 million, and these are circumstances that are happening around you, but actually what's happening, like you are creating this feeling like, oh my god, I'm so abundant now, I am rich, oh my god, I'm so happy, I'm so fulfilled, I have 1 million, right? But this feeling is not coming from the outside, this feeling is coming from the inside. You are creating this. So it was like a big aha moment also for me, like, so why don't we cultivate this feeling without that million, without those circumstances? Why are we not every day just tapping into this abundance feeling, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what you said. It's aligns.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because when you have this feeling inside that you're, or for example, that's lottery example is actually perfect. So when you imagine that you have $1 million, how are you feeling about that? Are you comfortable with that or are you not?
Are you maybe feeling fear of losing
Yeah,
that? Because it's
yeah,
also like people in reality who are millionaires, they still feel unsafe. And
yeah,
that's like, what? You have so much money and you still feel unsafe. You still feel like you need like bodyguards, and you just don't feel safe in this world. And that's not coming from the money situation, that's coming from the inner state. How have you been all your life? Yeah, so
yeah,
it's crazy actually, and that's
yeah,
so amazing how you have shifted to this state of, okay, I don't know what will happen to me next about my money situation, but I kind of feel safe, right? That's
yeah,
that's how you feel.
yeah. And also, I think it's about attachment too. Like when people have money but still don't feel safe, I think that they're too attached to that money. Or you can be attached to like a house or your car or anything. But when you're afraid of losing that thing, it's just gonna be there in the back of your mind 24/7. So, and actually, that's your ego. So, if you, let's say you desire something like your dream car, imagine that you have that car, like you are having it, it's in your garage right now. And do you feel that you're afraid of losing that car? Because if you're afraid of losing that car, then it's your ego talking. Then probably you don't really need that car. But it's your ego and it's controlling you. So I think also this how we get attached to mostly material things, and it's actually it's pulling us back from this abundant mindset, because abundance means that everything you want is just there. You don't have to worry about anything. But when you get attached, you worry. So just, and it's really easy to say to just not worry about anything. I know it's like
Yeah.
it's really hard to do,
That's why
but
that's why I wanted to ask
yeah,
you. Okay, like people will be listening and like, oh, that sounds so beautiful, right?
yeah,
But what is happening in your reality, like for real? Like you have this situation and then one thought coming in, like, oh my God, but what will gonna happen, or something, that some worry or some doubt, or so what are you doing in that moment? How are you tolerating it?
hmm. Of course I have these moments. I'm
Like some
mo
reality moments.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like
Yeah.
most of the time, I feel very peaceful and very safe and very abundant and free. But of course, like you have these moments where reality just sets in. But well, it's a weird thing because actually it's also your reality when you're peace and safe. But yeah, it's another topic. Uh, but at those moments, I usually try to meditate because, and that's actually another thing that most people, I know that people back home where I'm from, most of them really skeptical about meditation. And a lot of people think you just sit and like you go into these other realms and da. But there are many types of meditation, but I think what meditation is really good for is the absolute opposite of going to these different, like being all over your head things. It's precisely to bring you back to the present moment and to get out, not get out of your mind, but to observe how your mind works. Because when you do that, you're you're not gonna be trapped in your mind anymore. So it's like you take a step back. And it's also like you're watching everything that's in your mind in a screen. And it doesn't matter what happens, you can be objective about it. So it controls you way less because you observe it. And meditation is about noticing everything that's around you and realizing that you're actually in the present moment. You're not in the future where you worry about your financial situation or worry about anything. You're here. Like right now at this very moment, I feel safe. I feel peaceful. I feel free. I feel abundant. And when I remind myself that this is the present moment and the future practically it actually
Doesn't
doesn't exist.
exist, right?
Yeah, it doesn't exist. I just bring myself back to the present moment and okay, well, I feel safe and peaceful and I'm okay. I really am okay. So for me, that is the little trick I use. And also a little trick that I think I mentioned this to you, that it's really hard sometimes, even if you're not experienced in meditation, then sometimes it's hard to really like get into your mind and your mind just is all over the place and you're just really it's really foggy and you're really confused and you're really just spinning about, for example, like the future or in this case like your financial situation in the future that doesn't exist. Then I do this little question. I learned this from my teacher too, to ask myself, what's my next thought? And when you do this, you're like
Blank.
blank, like you don't know, and it gets you out of this spinning about the future and just brings you right back. So I think this is really amazing to just ask yourself, okay, what's my next thought? And you're like, okay, you're back. You're feeling again like safe. You're in peace. Okay, and you actually realize that I'm okay.
So that is how you get away. No, but tap into your abundant state, right? Like
Yeah,
you have this thought, we are all humans, we are thinking something. It's not like you're always in zen. Sometimes these feelings coming up and still you can shift to more abundant state for yourself. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. And and tell me, maybe I met you, I think, when you had like 20 days with money. Now you have only
yeah,
week or something.
yeah.
And I remember in that time you even didn't have any opportunities lined up for your
No.
future. In that time you were like really totally didn't know what will happen. So what changed? So what changed in that moment when you started receiving those opportunities, you started to meet those people who, what happened, what changed, do you remember?
So basically, how I started shifting things in my reality. Okay, so I actually like, created a list of things that I could do to make money, things with my skills. So for me, it was
So sorry,
designing.
so to
Yeah.
just also comment about this, so it's not like you're only meditating, you're only in your Zen
No, no, no,
mode.
no. Of
You're
course not.
actually living on this material world, and of
Yeah, we
course you
all
need
are.
to create your opportunities for yourself. The most important thing, you need to have this abundant state, but the other thing is like you actually need to have some action steps. You know,
Absolutely.
we're not sitting and doing nothing. It's not like that.
No,
Don't
no, no, no.
do that.
You're not just waiting for,
Yes,
the money to flow to you.
that someone knock on your
It's,
door and maybe
yeah,
give
like,
you money.
here you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so you will,
Well, it could happen because, you don't know what's gonna happen. It could happen.
yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe to some man who is really pro at
Yeah.
manifesting and have been like meditating for years, maybe I would say. But yeah, yeah, just continue about you. You were starting the list.
Yeah, I was starting the list and putting together things that I could do. For me, it was like designing and event organizing because these were that I was doing, and I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So like I just put a lot of things down, and then I just chose the things that I could do like right now at this moment. And for me, that was like freelancing and designing. And I was like, okay, uh, I in the past 2 weeks, like since around we met, like or we had this conversation that I have like 20 days. I've been just all over my head. Like I was trying out a lot of things. I was like, okay, so there's this affiliate marketing that I could, start a shop in Shopify. Like, there are there's a lot of things that you're really like trying to get into. And I realized that I was back at my old patterns because I was rushing, I was chasing the money again, but not sort of again, but I got into this state of, okay, well, I have to do something, to take action to like, because we're getting close. And I realized that it's not the way I want to live my life. And it was really fast. Like this was like a week of my life. And I was like, okay, let's get into this designing stuff. And I just started to put it out there. And I started to take like little actions towards it, like one or like a few hours a day, just like putting things together. And I just kind of became this person, who is a designer. And everywhere I went or everyone I met, they asked me what to do. And I'm a designer. I do this and this and this. And it's like so crazy because there's this little shop in Ubud that I just really love their store. And I just texted them on Instagram that I love what they do. I love their brand. And I'm a designer and I would love to work for them. And it's so crazy. And they texted me back. They were so nice, like, oh my God, that is so amazing. Thank you so much for reaching out. And we're actually in need of a designer. And I'm like,
Wow. So, so
okay.
amazing.
And they were like, can you send us a portfolio or something? I'm like, sure. I didn't have a portfolio. So in the next day, I was like putting together my portfolio. So like it's
Yeah.
finally done. And like I send it to them and I'm actually waiting for their answer. And I just started putting these things out there that says that I'm a designer. And ever since like almost everyone I met, it's like these opportunities just keep like flowing in. And honestly, it's just so crazy because everyone I talk to and we kind of touch this topic, they even in need of a designer or know someone who needs a designer.
Amazing.
And it's just, and I think sort of the key here is that to start putting these little things out there that says your that person, well, with the ways that you're planning to make money. So for example, for me, that's being a designer. But like if you're a coach or a consultant or anything that you're doing, sort of, I
Just
would
start
say,
doing these little action
yeah,
steps that are aligned with your intuition,
yeah,
right? That
yeah,
you write to that shop you just felt you want to write
yeah,
that exact shop. So,
yeah,
and they are in need of designer and
yeah,
everything is so aligned.
it
Yeah,
is.
it's not like uh, move of desperation, like, oh my God, I don't
No,
have money, I will write to all these people and maybe someone will help me. It's like of abundance of like, I feel like this, not everything all at once, but like you just feeling into what exactly you need to do.
yeah, because I wanna work with people and brands that I would love to. And I think that's another key that sometimes people just take any opportunity because it's making them money. But I actually don't want to live that life where I just kind of in this suffering in order to make money. I just want to enjoy life. I want to do what I love to do and with people who I love to work with because I just don't want my days to be like, I get up, oh, another day at work. Like I just don't want to go. It sucks. It's like, no,
Yeah,
I can choose the people I work with. I can choose what I do.
exactly.
And and
Choice again,
choice.
matrix.
It's
So
all a choice.
yeah,
It's all
yeah,
a choice. And when you choose things that you love and things that you enjoy, that kind of tells the universe that, everything just give it to me because, I love to do this. It's fun. I enjoy it. And then these opportunities, they just present themselves.
yeah, and it's all what you're saying. It's aligned again with this book, because Kyle also was saying like, I even want you to experience that you don't have money and you
Mm,
don't have this perfect situation, so that only then you can understand how it feels like to feel in peace and in this abundant feeling without circumstances. It's like a test. And he was saying like Jim Carrey was also has said that I wish you all to be famous and rich, so you understand that it's not the point. It's not the main
mm.
point for life. And it's exactly what you are also saying. And one more thing that I got from this book is also like about alignment. You said like, just we can all choose what we want, and it's not based on the money. So basically he's saying like, um, you need to like review all your life, what you are doing in life, and you need to rate how much is it aligned with your inner feeling. Like for example, to, I don't know, for start with like small things, like for example, drink coffee in the morning. How from 1 to 10 how it is aligned to you, and then you go from all your like people, work, I don't know, relationships with many people, with your partner, like anything. You just rate it and see how much you're aligned with your inner state. How much is it in your life is aligned with you actually, and then you can see where's that energy is going away, where's that energy is like sucking you out of the things that you don't really love to do. Yeah, and what I else wanted to say about this.
Can I, sorry, quickly
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
comment on
yeah,
this?
sure.
Because I really love this that you rate the things, what align with you and what not. But I would actually use another word because, like, coming from the part of the world where people don't really believe in things aligned. So I think sometimes you have to be open to understand this kind of language that in people in the spiritual world use. I think I wouldn't use a line, but most like, what is that makes you feel alive? What is that
Alive.
makes
It's
you
also
feel
similar
joy? Yeah,
word.
it is. What makes you feel joy, that gives
Alive.
you energy, not and that really lifts you up
What
and
makes you happy?
lights you
Like
up.
what
Yeah,
makes you
like what makes
happy?
you happy?
Yeah,
Yeah. What
because the
makes you
line
enjoy
is
life?
difficult. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So it's sort of difficult to
Yeah.
navigate that. So
Hmm.
I would ask that, and this way it would be perfect.
And
But
it's
yeah,
actually also the first feeling that you feel like, does this make you happy? Like one, two, three, go. Yes or no? And the first thing will be like maybe no, but the mind will be, oh no, but this will make me money, this will blah, blah, blah. And the mind starts spinning. And that's, but you had no, your inner state had no. So maybe it's not, sometimes it's not logical, maybe to exit from some
mm,
things. It's not logical, but maybe you need to do it because you don't know what will happen next. So it's
mm,
also one point that people will think like, I can't change that because of that,
yeah.
some logical reason.
Actually, I don't think that anything is logical. Like life just doesn't make sense. And when you accept that, you're gonna be just like, okay, with everything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, amazing. This state of mind and this state is actually really abundant, and when you start to look at life like in that magical way, you start receiving so many things. And about receiving, you joined my game in Bali.
I did.
Yeah, and I asked you what was the thing that you received from the game. Maybe you can answer again so I can
Sure.
understand better. You said like receiving, about receiving. So what was about that? What was for you about that?
For me, it was experiencing the ability to receive better. Because I think this was something that was keeping me from going forward and to get into this abundant, even more abundant state, this ability to receive not just money but like everything else. Because when we were doing the game, I got randomly chosen these tasks where I was put in a situation to receive something, even if it was energy or inspiring words. But when we were doing the game, and especially like after that, when I reflected on what had happened, I realized that the game for me was a practice to to actually experience receiving and to practice receiving. Like to how does it even receiving works for me? And am I even able to do that? And I realized that I can't always do that. Like it's really hard sometimes to receive the things that we desire. That's why if we talk about money, like I want 100K in my account, but are you actually open enough to receive that amount of money?
Do you have
Are
enough
you,
container to really
yeah, can you
receive
contain
that
that?
kind of money?
Can you contain it? And it's actually not just about money. It's about
Everything.
it's about love. It's about everything. And for me, in the game, I actually realized that I haven't really practiced receiving before, and I have some blockages about receiving that started to open up during the game, and after it continued to open up even more after the game. So it was a really incredible experience, and it showed me a really important part that I was missing. So I'm really grateful for that. So thank you.
So nice. And maybe it will help, like, really, that will be one point of many for you in this situation where you're running out of money and you're actually practicing to receive from universe all these things, and including money, but the money is not the main focus for you. It's like really how to receive, how can I get the best for me in this moment. Yeah, amazing. Thank you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
is there anything else you would like to mention about this and your journey that we didn't like touch on?
Hmm. Maybe a few words about trust, because it really it really takes a lot of trust to try and live this way and actually to live in abundance. I feel like it's something that you really need to trust, first of all, in life, and that everything is gonna turn out okay, or at least that everything is gonna turn out as it's meant to. It's another important part is to accept that it doesn't matter what happens, everything is gonna happen exactly the way it's meant to happen. And even if it's positive or negative. And when you can accept this, then if it's something negative, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm going through that right now. I'm gonna have to go through that right now. I'm gonna be okay. And when it's something negative, sorry, something positive, then you're just happy that it's great. And the second thing is that trusting yourself. And trusting yourself is very hard to do sometimes, but it's not necessarily mean believing in yourself. Yeah, of course, in a way, but it's mostly about really knowing that doesn't matter what happens, you can handle it. Like I remember I had this moment once. The first time I experienced this, I was in Dubai. Actually, it was in January, so it was less than a year ago. I uh, I was on my way to the airport, and like public transport in Dubai is crazy. It's like, don't take a bus, seriously. They just can't get there on time. And I was so nervous that I'm gonna miss my flight. I remember it was the third bus stop that I was like just standing at and waiting for the bus to come.
Shaking like
And
in
it's
stress.
shaking like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It should have been here like 30 minutes ago. Like, seriously, it's insane. And I had this moment where I was like, okay, but I sort of calmed down and I went like, you know what? Even if it's something goes wrong, like I am doing this journey with me. And I'm so glad that it's me because doesn't matter what happens, I can solve it. Like every like problem, let's say that. I don't like this word, but every problem that comes in, it's okay because I'm traveling with me and I can handle that. And that moment, it kind of just it hit me that this what it means to really trust yourself. And when you trust life, that when you trust that these opportunities, they're just gonna present itself around you. And actually, they always do. Like, you get these opportunities, like, you get the perfect opportunities 24/7, all the time, but you just miss them because you think about, okay, what am I going to do for lunch? Or you're dwelling about something that happened in the past. you're never in the present moment. And that's why meditation is so important, because when you're able to be in the present moment, these amazing opportunities that are always around you, they just don't pass by you. You can just spot them when you see them, and you can just grab them.
You can catch that frequency
Yeah.
that is
Yeah,
around.
you can.
But
Yeah, you
when you are
can.
in the past or the future,
Can't.
you can't catch these
No,
things.
no, you don't realize that they're there. And when you trust life that the opportunities come or will come, and when you spot it, that's when it's so important to trust yourself, because when you trust yourself, then you're going to be able to take action on them. So it's kind of trusting life and trusting yourself, and the bridge between the two is being present. And then you just take action, you just say yes. And you say yes because you know that it doesn't matter what happens, you can handle it.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, that's a deep trust in yourself, in the universe. It's like surrendering to all what is happening to you, and also Kyle is also mentioning in this book that we are so attached to the outcome, the specific outcome, not only the money, but like how everything should work, that we just forget that universe maybe has a better plan, a much better plan, and by control and like not allowing to happen exactly like you're like making this exact plan happening, you don't allow that everything is like spontaneously and those miracles coming in and everything. And that's also one thing, like money is just a second thing after the after actually what you're going after, because you think you will have money, you will have this happiness and fulfillment, but actually you can have it before the money, and then you're not focusing on the money, you're focusing like maybe I have this dream or this goal, I'm not focusing on after I reach this goal I will have like 10,000 in my bank account, but I will have like fulfillment, I will have like happiness, I will have like excitement. These are kind of things that we should look after, and that trust is coming like in that moment when you're like, okay, I don't know how it will happen, but I know it will happen, and that's the trust that I'm putting in myself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird because you actually don't know if it
Yeah,
will
you
happen
don't
or
know.
not.
You
Yeah,
don't
and that is why sometimes it's so confusing. And you mentioned again attachment, and also what you just explained, it's all expectations. When you want something to turn out in a certain way, and you just go, and you just expect it to turn out that way, and you don't give space to the miracles to happen.
know. Yeah. And
And
again,
that's why, yeah.
expectations like all the time.
And that's why I think you just have to know what you want and why you want it. And the why is not necessarily to like have a lot of money. Just try to go deeper. Like, why do you want to have a lot of money?
Yeah.
And then when you just try to break this down and go layer to layer, you're gonna end up with a core reason. And it's gonna be attached to a feeling and probably, yeah, happiness, fulfillment, peace, safety. But it's something that you could already have, like at this very moment.
Yeah. Because
So
money
I
is
think,
just a nice thing to say. If I will have money, then I will have this all. But
yeah,
actually people will with money don't have these emotions and these states in inner states. So money is not the resolution. It's not the answer.
no. So I think you just need to know what you want and why you want it, and just let go of the how. Like that doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because when you give space to how you're gonna make things happen, you're just gonna be so open and take on to these sometimes really weird opportunities. But it is working out, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's also very important
Universe
part
is
of it.
working behind your back.
Yeah.
If even if you don't feel like it in those moments, everything is like working around you to have what you want. And if you know why you want it and why you really need it, like for real, because it's also a test. Like we have so many wishes, and many of them we just don't need them. We just need them because of the mind. Our mind thinks we need them, but we don't. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like a test, like a filter that's going, and only few of the wishes we will fulfilled because it will be aligned to us. Again, aligned.
Mm. Yeah.
Amazing. So thank you for this
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
perspective of this life right now, and I am excited what will happen next with you
Oh,
and
me too.
how everything will turn out. Maybe after a week or maybe after a month we can have another conversation like what happened
Please,
to you, right?
please.
Because we never know what will happen. But
Mm.
yeah, maybe you have some one thing you want to wish for people to end this conversation. What you want to wish, what you want to maybe tell for others, some something.
Mm. I definitely wish to everyone to truly experience what it means to be fully present and just fully in your body when there is nothing else going on and you just feel this peace inside when you just don't worry about anything and there's just nothing to worry about because it's an absolutely magical feeling and that is actually your natural state and we're just so disconnected from it we don't even realize that it's something that we could have but peace is your natural state and it is absolutely possible to shift yourself and your life into that state. And I wish to everyone to experience that and to stay with that.
Amen. Amen to that. Really. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for all your insights and your real life experience and how you're looking at life. And maybe we will meet another time.
I really hope so. I
Yeah.
really hope
Yeah.
so. Thank you
Okay.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. And see you somehow. Thank you for everyone for watching.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.